How's it going, class? So I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving break. You got to stuff your face, you got to take a few naps, and then for any of you Black Friday warriors, you got to get out there and do a little bit of shopping. Hopefully you did it safely, of course. But I hope everybody had a good, relaxing weekend and is ready to really push it these next 3 weeks. All right, so just really a heads up, I'm really just going to focus on this week, of course, in this video, but I will mention that in these last 3 weeks, the next two are going to be new material. We're going to go over chapter 12, not all of chapter 12. You'll see the sections that we go over. And then, of course, the last week will be, you'll have to take your last test. And then, of course, you'll have to take the final exam. Excuse me. And this week, I will be in contact with any of you who have not filled out that sheet on Microsoft Forms that asked to sign up for a slot to take the final exam. Or if you haven't contacted me about making arrangements for some other way to take the final exam, for anyone who hasn't filled it, like I said, hasn't filled out form, I will be contacting you this week. Okay, I want to make sure you take the final because the final is 30% of your grade, and if you don't take it, you're not going to pass the class. Okay, so I want to make sure you have every chance to be successful here. But in any case, let me talk about this week. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, take you to Moodle. I've got looks like I've got the lab up. Let me just, sorry, Moodle right quick. Okay, so we're down here in week 13. And you'll see, you would have seen the video posted here. All right, and looks like hopefully the tryptophan is wearing off, so that you're awake, you're refreshed, you're ready to go. Here's the assignments that are due for this week. So starting off with the fourth test, like I mentioned, which is going to be on chapter 6, needs to be taken this Friday, December 3rd, just like any other time. You're going to hop onto Zoom, flash your ID, keep your camera on you, and then you go to My Math Lab, look for the test, and give yourself, of course, 2 hours to take the test, right? You're going to have then homework on sections 12.1 and 12.2. Those are the sections we're going to cover this week. So homework on those two sections due Sunday, and then there is a quiz on those two sections due Sunday as well. The discussion for this week has to do with those two sections, which is all about solving systems of equations. So this is going to be an application of that. And what you're going to do by Friday for your original post is come up with your own application, your own word problem that uses a system of equations. If you need inspiration, go to page 912, number 67. That deals with a system of equations with 2 variables. If you want to do one with 3 variables, which is fine, you don't have to. You just have to do one problem with 2 equations, 2 unknowns. You can do one with 3 variables. Go to page 913, number 80. That'd be a good one for you to kind of try or take a look at. But of course, don't copy the problem out of the book. Come up with your own spin on it, come up with your own situation, your own applied problem, okay? So do that, post it by December 3rd, which is Friday. And then of course, by Sunday, you're gonna pick 2 of your classmates and try to solve their problems. Do that by Sunday, December 5th, okay? So that's the discussion for the week. And now the lab is going to have to do with, if you remember, 4 years ago, we had was the last time a total eclipse could be seen on American soil. So this lab has to do with it. So when you click on it, your screen, of course, is going to look different, but you'll be able to download the file. And this gives you an idea of basically the eclipse that happened in 2017. And there's a graph of the total eclipses that have happened in the past that have been visible on US soil. And then there's even some that are projected to happen. And you're going to see the one in black is where it was in terms of latitude and longitude. And you can see it intersects the other total eclipses where they're able to be seen. And that's what we're going to look at here, okay? So this chart right here keeps track of the equation for 2017, where the total eclipse was, in terms of latitude and longitude, okay? Now, latitude is kept track of with the y variable, and longitude is kept track with the x variable. Okay, so this equation gives you the location of the 2017 total eclipse where it was visible. And then this equation keeps track of the date where the last total eclipse happened. Okay, so for example, this first one on March 7th, 1970 is kept track of by this equation here. Okay, so these two equations, when you solve them, will tell you the point where basically they were intersecting, meaning there's a spot where you could see both total eclipses. Okay, so if you're standing in this one particular spot, you can see both of them. So when you solve those two equations, you would have got x equals 30, or excuse me, y equals 3330, and x is negative 80.05. So remember, y keeps track of latitude, and x is longitude. It's just backwards here. So just be careful when you're doing it, but it is explained down here. Okay. Just to note, if you get a negative value for x, for your longitude, it means that longitude is west. If you got a positive value, you'd be east, okay? It'd be east longitude, all right? And then if you get a positive y value, you'll get, that means your latitude is north. If you got a negative, you'd be south, okay? So I want you to solve these other four systems of equations to tell me the intersection point of where you could see both total eclipses, okay? Fill in latitude, fill in longitude. Remember, latitude is y, longitude would be x. Once you do that, part two is going to be to take you to Google Maps, and I want you to tell me the city and state where that intersection point is. So you're going to take these coordinates, and I want you to, just to make it a little bit easier for yourself, round these to the nearest whole number. So take 33 degrees north latitude and 80 degrees west longitude. And that's what I did here. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to go to Google Maps, and I type in north 33 and then west 80. And when I hit return, you'll see it gives coordinates. But down here, you'll see it gives the city and state here, the great city and state of Goose Creek, South Carolina, which, if you're curious, is right outside of Charleston. All right. So that's all you need to do for the second part of your lab, is to fill in the city and state of those coordinates. So just fill in this chart with the latitude, just like I did here, give north whatever, longitude west whatever, and then just look on Google Maps, whatever the city and state are that line up with those coordinates, just fill it in here, okay? And then go ahead and submit that by Sunday. So the lab is also due Sunday, December 5th, okay? So that should take care of this week. So again, you just have 3 weeks left. Keep working hard, keep busting it. Let me know if you need anything, and we'll talk soon.